Hello, everybody. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer. No logic. Tam versus MrByer. This is a winner's bracket match. It's the top 4 of the winner's bracket, but there is also a loser's bracket. So it's not actually the top 4 yet. I am joined by Chex Human on comms. How are you doing?
Good. Hello, Malmo. How are you?
Looking forward to another race today. This is their first game.
Yeah, Tam and MrByer are both heavy hitters in No Logic and play almost every day when one of us calls for a race. So they have run this mode for many years and are very active.
Yeah, I guess this would be called quarterfinals. Double elimination confuses me. But it's the round before what Challenge calls the semifinals, so I will take it. Anna is the number 1 seed. MrByer was the number 4 of the last No Logic tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They also seem to be routing very differently, so we don't know what's going to happen in this race.
That's for sure.
Tam is one of the best players, I think, in any mode. Like one of the most versatile randomizer players.
Absolutely.
And MrByer is more of a specialist.
That is true. Yeah. Byer started with glitch modes and continues today. So Tam starts with a water walk route, and we'll check the ledge. It's a big key, so Tam will want to get that. And Tam starts very low on the slope to clip in. And we'll see what his maneuver is. Yeah. Double hop.
This is like that touch so strat, right?
I'm not totally sure because I don't recall exactly the differences between the two different strats that I don't do.
They seem to have it, at least reliable.
Oh, yeah.
I usually just go
so.
in one of the second bump spots and hope it gets the instant clip. If it fails, you just get like a normal. You have to walk all the way around, which is annoying, but you can still get the item. Oh, yeah, maybe it's another Tom strat. Ooh, a flute.
That's convenient.
I didn't notice this bit. MrByer found the flute and still walked up the mountain.
Oh, yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I didn't notice that occur.
I always found this to be kind of a risky way to do mountain because you can die before getting to the old man.
Yeah, it is a little risky.
There's less risky with the flute.
That's true. There's always a chance that the dead rocks just say no, and you can't get through without a weapon or more health.
Also worth pointing out, Aga still lives in this seed. We've had a couple Aga, I don't want to call them Aga seeds, but they're seeds where Aga is beneficial in pickup races. We have not had any races in the tournament where somebody defeated Aghanim for the Lumberjack item.
Yeah, it's just so rare.
Usually I advocate just skipping the check entirely.
Yeah, at the old man is flippers.
It's nice, they're free. Flippers means you don't have to worry about Swamp Crystal as much. It's a little easier to get. I think both players are capable of fake clippering the lobby, but I think also maybe don't want to if they can avoid it. I think most people don't want to if they can avoid it.
I missed an enemy kill to get a tree pull. Not sure what happened to that plan. MrByer coming down from Death Mountain. The camera is misaligned, and he's able to fall into a hole, which Houlihan's him, and it gets him some early rupees. 225, his first rupees of the seed.
Ram also gets their first Cave State Big Key in Blind's Hideout. The GT Big Key was here. It's one of the keys that can open big key doors while you're in a cave. MrByer not using the normal clip here because the flippers, you can just go straight into the water and not have to do anything fancy. I almost think that he wasn't expecting to swim,
Right.
that he was expecting to splash because he was lined up with the pixel.
And Tam finds Ice Rod and Kakariko. Another Cave State Big Key. We only
Nice.
care about one, but Thieves Town is nice.
I mean, we care about the Thieves Town Big Key if we get the pearl and it's just easier to do Thieves from the front.
Yep.
I think actually the Desert Big Key is a better Thieves Town Big Key than the Thieves Town Big Key, which Tam also has.
Oh yeah, the Desert Big Key is the big key to multiple dungeons.
I expect Tam to just leave after activating the flute. Maybe get the 2 chests in Kakariko and then leave. But
I don't fully understand the split. Is it because that Tam can come back later to deal with South,
Yes.
Kakariko, and Desert?
Yes, Tam's doing that. It's because Tam can't do very much in Desert right now. If they were to get like a sword and a bottle, they could actually do all of Thieves Town while in Desert. And maybe some other things like the Checkerboard Cave. So putting off that part
Right.
of Kakariko and Desert matters a lot more than putting off just the top stuff. The top stuff you do want to do early if you have flute because it's just density. There's no benefit to putting off Blind's Hideout and Cackwell if you have the flute.
Yep. MrByer has 20 bombs already.
I think
How do you
Mr.
explain that?
Fire will also have a slower way to get to the big key that's on the ledge because he has the flippers.
Okay.
He can swim clip to it, but he has to be careful because he's on 1 heart and he could easily
yeah.
get killed trying to do that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I do think swim clip is the right play though. Oh, he does it up here. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Partly because I don't know the inputs here.
I think
Or
it's
where
because...
Wow.
Oh,
he
it just goes
right
straight
there.
to the item. Also, it avoids the Zora fireball. He
Yeah,
keeps
that's
the Zora
awesome.
out of range. The inputs are just a mirror image of going on a downslope. If you ever
Yes.
want to do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels weird, but in theory, it should be the same.
Yeah, brief up input followed by right.
I'll have to steal that one though. That looked good. I like how it goes straight to the item, and I like how it avoids the enemies. Even the Zora that was on his tail, he seemed to know that if he was there, he was safe. He didn't even flinch. MrByer also seeing the value of early cack when you have flute. And yes, he does have 20 bombs. That's his signature move, is to go in and fire the item twice.
Yeah, right. Tam will be working on South Shore. Uh-oh. We want to avoid damage, so Tam takes the other aisle. More rupees. Tam goes for it. Mini Moldorm for Tam. They don't have any magic yet. Bombs will suffice.
I think bombs are usually the best way to do this. Maybe if you have a weapon for the middle one, it's good to use a weapon there, but for the side ones, bombs are almost always faster than anything else you try. And one thing is that you do want to save bombs, because bombs are valuable. But if your intention is to walk out and buy the bombs afterward anyway, then it doesn't matter so much.
Or we can just find a 10 bomb in Mini Moldorm. Oh, was that the big key to Turtle Rock?
It was. And did I miss MrByer getting Ice Rod and Boomerang?
Oh, I would say probably is the answer to that. Okay, Tam. Oh no! There we go. All right, Tam's gonna do a damageless door juke here that will take them to King's Tomb. And there we go. They have to get that snap just right.
Tam corrected just enough to see the item, but because of our cropping, we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
They thought we could see it, but we can't.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Tam is in trouble. That was like too close for comfort.
Don't the fireballs do a half heart?
Oh, I guess so.
Zora fireballs. Tam gets the arrow pack too. That is optimistic, but our runners will probably find a bow. Good investment, I would say. Let's see if Buyer shows us the King's Tomb item. Fast juke, very well done. Absolutely not. No correction whatsoever. Right, a big key, helpful for one location.
Nothing worth duping. I mean, you could have 2 swamp smalls.
Yeah.
Most seeds use 0, so.
Yeah.
That is a very easy dupe. I actually like going here earlier now because the dupe is easier if you come in here with less HP. Looks like swamp is a green pendant, which is always the case when you have flippers.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what kind of key that was for Tam. Looks like it's a small key. Tam ignores it.
Yeah, I saw it on MrByer's side too. I don't expect either of them to ever pick that up. It's not usually worth going out of your way for small keys. Most of them are not useful. Okay, Tam is just showing off.
Hey, our names are on that sign. That's weird. Why is there even land between these mountains?
I don't know. Would you believe that that is in the vanilla game? A sign that says checks human
Yeah.
wins the tournament in 2022.
Yeah, I believe it. Interesting prediction from 30 years past.
If you play on the US version, you can actually see this year's winner. But we're not playing on that version because we don't want to spoil it.
Whoa. Nice high five from our runners, both picking up glove at Floating Island.
Both using different methods to clip out of Floating Island too. Both of MrByer is, I think, the person who showed us how to get out of the island without, having to do extra
clipping.
No! And
Tam's in trouble.
Okay. Yeah, Tam has to be really careful here.
Right, the final boss, the last mini Moldorm.
This is the hardest mini Moldorm to deal with.
Almost passing it, but
yeah,
they do get it.
Is also going to have to survive this room, which is also difficult. That's why they put bomb down. Use the chest opening to delay the enemy movement so that the bomb timer continues, which is super clever.
Good double.
And electing not to clip through the wall. I actually clip through the wall because I think it's safer. The Tam is
nice.
Is fine. Okay.
MrByer's also safe, finding
the fairy.
Fairy in a bottle, yeah.
He's safe until he needs to death warp and remember the fairy.
Yeah, that's impossible.
The mushroom is an interesting find. It's a fetch quest that you don't usually see no logic players turn in until they have either the lamp or the powder. Because the mushroom is actually a glitching item in rare circumstances. Okay, Tam is not out of the woods yet, except they can fairy revive if they die, so it's not too bad. Whoop, we gotta heal! Let's go!
Oh my goodness. That's convenient. MrByer following the glove rule, going into back of escape.
Does MrByer have the ice rod?
I mean, my answer is still probably.
Probably. I think they've been to the same places. We briefly lost our tracker, other Tom, for a bit, so... Trying to catch us up without stepping on his toes. I think we both tried to mark the same key at one point.
Oh, MrByer went for the juke. Missed the first try. So this juke will take us to Pyramid. We can get one chest with it. One item location, that is.
Oh, this
You got
juke
it?
is a really good way to route in the escape, because you can get an extra item on the way.
It is,
On the
and
pyramid.
MrByer has the firepower to do it. Ooh,
Ooh!
a lot of
Gonna get the
sprites
fairy.
here.
Yeah, ooh. I totally missed that there was... I was gonna say I missed the bottle, but no, I knew that, because it's the fairy. Tam has replaced it with the green potion already, which is infinitely more useful. Because you can also use a green potion to heal yourself if you do it in a doorway.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, it's one of the better big keys for MrByer. The Hera big key, and he elects to leave. Not doing the escape. He doesn't want to do a bomb escape. Doesn't want to use all his magic with the ice rod. Just doesn't want to do the escape, or doesn't want to orphan the castle tower, perhaps.
Yeah, I think he's thinking desert's a better play than escape.
So is Tam. But both of them are going here without a blind weapon.
Yeah.
And Byer is going here without a potion. He's probably going to buy one on the way down.
Probably.
It's going to cost him more money than Tam. But
Yeah,
save a little
that's
bit of
fair.
time, I think. It's a
Yeah.
little faster to buy this potion than it is to flute to.
Yeah. There we go.
Big keys galore. Skullwoods this time. Just a fetch quest item.
Okay, another ice rod.
I love
Exactly.
watching runners see the second
Ugh.
rod and like think, oh, I need to get that. It's a key item, and then
Yeah.
double back. There's
Mhm.
always that moment of hesitation.
Another big key.
Another big key. Ice Palace, the other fetch quest. At this point, fetch quest big keys are pretty much like all the ones left. I mean, we have Eastern and Myers, probably the last big keys that have an impact. Pod big key really doesn't matter. I don't expect anyone to go into Swamp. Least of all in Swamp State.
Yeah.
So still weaponless. Fire is doing a different route, and his route is, I think, optimizing towards like ending the route at Thieves, perhaps. Maybe trying to get a weapon before going in.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like this play. It's the downside is he had to do Agina's cave front and back, but it's probably better than doubling back from Thieves to do the rest of this. And the mirror is here. It's a good item. Mirror is sometimes a substitute for a bottle for certain glitches. It's also a way to get around the Dark World as a bunny. It's also a mirror, and mirrors are nice.
It is a mirror.
I missed Tam having the desert small key.
Yeah, that was on the ledge, desert ledge.
Oh, we just got it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good because you don't want to have to do this from Thieves Attic if you're also doing Thieves Blind. Desert Blind, which I guess they're probably not actually doing. They might just dropping them off and leave because they still can't kill blind.
Okay. Tam does get the YBA. This takes them from the desert map room to Thieves' Attic.
Oh, I didn't even notice they had shovel either. So there was a small key of something, Thieves Town, which is probably the least useful small key in the game.
I agree.
We almost never go there in Thieves State, except to collect the prize.
Half magic is in Thieves' Attic.
That's doable. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they already opened the chest you'd copy it to.
Yeah, there's that small for MrByer. Tam will continue.
Oh! So, other Tom is saying maybe Shovel was the King's Tomb item.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
Just out of sight for Tam, and I wasn't paying attention when Buyer got it.
Well, Buyer didn't scroll whatsoever.
Oh, okay. I had the shovel in King's Tomb in one of my races too, and I didn't scroll it, but I did take it out and dig a hole outside of the cave, and the commentary said that I didn't scroll the screen. But I'm like, did I use the shovel for you? Is that not good enough?
It's not good enough. No. Who was it? It was I think MrByer used the shovel outside of Spiral Cave.
Oh.
And I was like, I didn't really think about where it came from.
Mm-hmm. It's use of the ice rod to kill enemies.
Yeah, that's interesting. We also learned that 5 rupee is the stun prize.
Did Tam drop off blind? I missed that. Yeah, they must have, because they have this text box on their screen.
They must have, because the music changed.
Oh, good point.
Shield's not gonna help.
Ether might help, depending on Meyer. Oh, or
yeah, but just
skateboarding.
Kill blind. We're still waiting for that possibility. After the next 5 checks, we cannot kill blind from the screen.
Don't die yet. So Tam is hoping to survive at least to the outside so they can get the items in the Dark World here, because they're not actually in the Dark World when they leave. They're in the Light World, but they can get the items on the screen around Thieves Town.
Alright, so here we go. Buyer is now in Desert Thieves. Oh, good on Tam for double checking where this blue Zazak is. Checking under both bridges.
Yeah, that was some knowledge. Those Zazaks can really get you. I think part of the theming of that dungeon is to make you blind.
Yeah. And make chat blind, because you're going to do LSD blind.
That's true. Oh my gosh, this beeping. Oh, a green potion.
Let's just do another YBA somewhere to refill our health.
We'll get a sword here and then go back to Thieves.
Yeah, last chance for a sword before we have to leave the screen.
Nope.
Bombs.
So MrByer could actually do all this and then mirror.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And go to the real Dark World and do some bunny walking, maybe check the front of Skull. Because he doesn't need to return to Desert like Tam does.
Yeah. Tam's route is nice because they can continue directly south and can now check Shovel spot.
Yeah, I think Tam's route is probably faster, but Buyer's route had a chance to reward him with a weapon.
Yeah.
He wasn't lucky, but
he
can make use of it. He can mirror, and then instead of going to Skull, maybe he could go to Stumpy and get a Super Bunny from him, and then Link State into Hype Cave.
Yeah. We could see that.
Whoa. Why did Buyer's text box go down like that? Why is it there?
Well, I didn't really see.
That's so weird. He had 2 of that text box on screen. Dyer, by the way, not getting the 2 chests that he would get on the way back to blind, so he's going to save those for later. Wait for a weapon.
Oh, I see. So, MrByer got 2 text boxes because the first one occurred during the sub-mode corruption. The second one appeared after Byer moved down. So because Byer was down, moving Link to the bottom half of the screen, the text box appeared above.
Oh, I guess we're usually not just leaving.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
Usually fighting blind and then leaving.
Yeah.
And blind has like, you cancel the text box. But he didn't actually cancel the text box. He just moved.
Yep.
I'm not really sure why Byer took this route. I wonder if it was just muscle memory. Usually you do that on the way out. You do the first 2 on the left, and then you go back in and do the 2 on the right. Tam is in pod now, which is... I understand this because it's one of the few dense locations left that's not annoying to do. But it's also annoying to do because they have to do the dark maze with nothing.
No sword, no lamp.
I hate doing the dark maze with nothing. If I was here, I'd be skipping the entire back of pod because I hate that so much.
That would be a good route, yeah.
I'd probably just... God, you can't even kill Helmsword here because you don't have a weapon?
No, they cannot.
I wonder if Byer is going to be our first to get a weapon because he will probably do some things here that Tam wasn't able to do.
Well, I mean, both have some density coming up. We'll see. And it might take Byer a few moments to get to the next chest.
It's true. And Byer's map check did not reveal any new information. He doesn't auto track, so he doesn't know what maps he has. I think he just assumed he probably had some by now, and all we saw was that green pendant on Swamp.
Sometimes I manually track maps, but usually I forget.
I didn't know that you manually tracked.
You didn't know that I manually tracked?
No, I thought you auto-tracked and didn't look at your tracker at all.
That's
but
like my thing.
I know that you
It's my whole
things
thing.
Do you mean that like writing it on paper is manually tracking?
Yeah.
Okay, that I knew.
Yeah. Exactly.
I haven't done that since I played casual cross keys in 2018. Byer? He's just scared. You can't use the boomerang as a bunny, so yeah, he has to be a little careful. I think if I was him, I'd probably have just gone down, used the rock, and lifted the safer statue instead of this one, which is super dangerous. There's always a bunch of stuff trying to get you. I love this palette he gets for Link, though. It's one of the few that actually looks natural. Usually you get this, like, sickly color from whatever bunny palette you have, but his actually just looks like a pretty normal colored Link. Just like Link with dark skin.
Yeah.
Still human. Not sickly green. Not like the other one I like is the Zero Suit Samus turns green. But that also kind of looks natural because it just looks like another Samus suit. But, you know, it's like the Metroid suit from Dread, but Zero Suit version. Okay, I got MrByer and...
Thieves. Alright, so Tam is doing an auto door bomb juke. This allows them to clip over to the big key chest area. Funnily enough, it lets you do some hops that you wouldn't normally be able to do.
Yeah, the hops look like EG, but there aren't actually real layers in pods, so it's not possible to get EG this way.
Yeah. So the next play is for hookshot cave, and then I'm not sure what's next. It could be Ganon's tower.
It could be. The question is with what weapon? Tam would
None.
probably want to do a super tile YBA to avoid fighting the Armos Knights entirely. They can go down and get the red potions at the shop.
Ooh, I wonder if we saw a medallion for MrByer.
Oh yeah, I bet we did. Well, other Tom saw it. It's Quake, which we also saw in Tam's side.
Whoa!
In Hookshot Cave.
That's interesting.
It's not the hover chest. Tam is going to go for the hover, but they're on emulator, and I know that their hovers aren't as consistent as you would want them to be. I don't think Tam is going to like throw their head at this.
Yeah,
I think they just try it once. Like they know how to hover, but the emulator isn't, and the controller on the emulator are inherently unstable for hovering, so it can be not worth it.
Well, how about that hype cave? I didn't see a thing.
Oh! I didn't see a thing on Hype Cave either, but we're doing something on Byer's side that I think Tam would be happy to see.
This is the hypest cave there is, which is, can we get to hammer pegs from checkerboard? And here it is. So we got the Ghostbuster.
Okay, I was swapping to Byer's audio to see if I could hear, because there's an audio cue for getting the Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Which is that you don't hear the mirror sound when you mirror.
Exactly.
That's how he knows if he got it or not. But I was just a little late on it.
Mm-hmm.
The second half of this trick did not go well. You're supposed to... I don't know how to do this, but you're supposed to like push against this stored block that pushes you to Hammer Peg's cave.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do it again?
I'm confused. I'm not sure what this is.
I don't know what this is either because he can't spin YBA.
Yeah, he can steal this key.
He has the key. He just realized.
Okay.
He's probably thinking that he can just walk to Landmo and doesn't have fire, and he also doesn't have the spin YBA ability, so he can't actually do Landmo right now. Even if he could, like, what would he use? Probably just a bunch of bombs and some ice rod.
Yeah.
I guess ice rod is good in half magic if you can aim it.
Okay. Small to Hera.
Hera, that's a good key. It's one of the few small keys that you would actually go out of your way for if you knew what it was.
Alright, well, Tam hover the one tile gap. No, they won't.
Actually, Hera Small is trash tier and Swamp's a pendant. Probably won't get used.
Take two.
Ooh. Okay, Byer also going here, which, as far as I can tell, wasn't really much. Like, there's the Quake Medallion. MrByer cannot quadrant glitch. So, we're not going to see any fancy Armos Knight play from Byer.
I didn't see the torch item, unfortunately.
Oh, Tam did do the fancy Armos Knight. Now, Tam has to correct Dungeon ID because all of their sprites are like despawned. They have to get them back. There's a bunch of crystal switches in GT.
I don't know why Tam wants to reload the sprites.
It's a good point because you'll need them for this. I was assuming they were just going to continue on, but like they can't. They can only do this bomb juke to get to the Dark Magician room, and from there they can't leave. They could have left if they didn't have sprites, which is funny. You know what? I agree, JD. I'm actually better at auto door bomb jukes now than normal ones.
But you can auto door bomb juke it if you want to.
Okay, it's the same inputs.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I forgot. I learned it from mimicking someone in the tournament, and I thought it was a good idea.
Oh no, damn. This is pretty hard to do when you can't see the pits, but if you can't tell, Tam is in the room next to this room that has all the pits. The NMG players call it Spike Skip Room.
Okay, let's see how Tam sets this up. It looks like Tam's doing a boom dash.
Boom dash.
Which is going to
There
set
we
them
go.
up. Yeah. There we go.
There we go. And that was really like Tam's last shot too, because they had to get that bomb jump, or else they would take damage from the bomb and from the pit, and then only have one heart left.
4 invisible items. I bet we got something out of that.
I would hope so. Let's pay attention to that quick swap. I think Tam also manually tracks.
They have some other play in mind. Maybe it's time for Skullwoods.
Not the pearl. It's a
It
bunch
was
of maps,
not the pearl,
apparently.
no.
The map of ice reveals a pendant.
Yeah.
And the map of Meyer, we already knew as a crystal for Buyer because he checked, I think, the bomb shop. But Tam has that knowledge now. Tam is going for a mirror offset portal.
Oh, okay. What do we know about pendants? We know swamp and ice.
Yep.
Is that must be it so far?
We know those and we know the red crystals.
Okay.
Tam taking a pit stop. This might be I hope to find a weapon in the escape play.
Yeah,
kill
it's kind
blind.
of amazing how empty the seed is.
The seed is not provided the runners with very many options for actually completing dungeons.
Right. Like, we can't even beat blind. That could be done with a sword, hammer, Samaria, or Burna. We don't have any of that.
Another big key. Useless.
There we
The
go.
bow is a little more useful.
A bow can let us defeat 2 bosses.
You can defeat Helmosaur. What's the other one?
Armos Knights.
Well, we could have done Armos Knights before.
Yeah, that's true.
That's quitter talk. We have half magic and boomerang and ice rod
Okay.
and bombs.
Yeah. Okay, so I wonder if we will see escape from Tam. I'm thinking yes.
We're also seeing the bomb jig from Buyer.
Yeah,
And
this
Mr.
is
Buyer
interesting.
like pretty good at these bomb jigs for somebody who mains quadrant glitch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but
yeah.
not getting this one. He has one more chance.
Ooh,
Because this bomb jig requires you to take 2 hearts of damage.
yeah. Okay, good start.
That was incorrect. That's all he
Yeah.
could do.
Okay.
Small key of Castle Tower in the front of Escape. If you wanted to do more than one chest of Castle Tower, well, apparently Mr. Buyer has one too. And Tam had one already, so never mind.
Oh,
Still not something they want to do because no lamp. It's kind of annoying.
yeah. That would be pretty annoying.
There's a bow.
Wow.
The bow on the Bombos tablet. No, the Ether tablet.
So where was Tam's bow? Was that in the Pyramid Fairy?
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting.
The second bow is locked behind 2 swords.
Oh, here's the mushroom turn
Oh, we're desperate.
in. Yeah,
We're turning in what could be a very important glitching item
Yeah.
for I just want to have something, please.
Tam can't get past this short spear guard. Okay, so yeah, they're just going for Dark Cross.
I'm seeing a lot of plays that most people would skip.
Yeah, we're
And
40 minutes in.
seeds that give better options. You would usually not do Dark Cross with no lamp and no sword. You would just not do Dark Cross at all, I think.
I would
Most
be
of the time.
Yeah, and I would be very stressed out now because at 40 minutes in, I would be thinking my opponent has
Oh
done
my goodness,
three dungeons.
Mr. Byer's doing Zora as its own play.
Yeah, that's really
Oh, we are
interesting.
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
Yikes.
but yeah,
Oh, this might be, you're right. This might be a whole, like, everything that I want to reset at once play.
oh, that's funny.
Let's see,
I
let's see it.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Oh, a key. Reset.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
go.
right.
You've chosen
Very
the
good.
archer class. Well, we already have a bow.
Yeah,
But
so
it's
Tam will want to pick that up
worth
at
picking
some
that
point.
up before Ganon, and if it helps with hook pushing, if they get hook shot before they get... Well, no, because you need the bow. You need the swords to get that. It can still be useful. Silver arrows for hook pushing are still good for when you have low index. I'm not even bothering with the small key that's here. And gets
Yeah, you're right.
It's just like a fake YBA. It's not a real YBA.
Oh,
But
Mr.
it's...
Byer doing it too.
Oh, we're doing it. But Tam has the bow and Mr. Byard doesn't.
That's kind of interesting.
So Mr. Byard needs to find a sword and a fire source. Small Cave Turtle Rock, which Mr. Byard picked up opportunistically after missing the potion drink.
Yeah, and Tam has mirror and cave state, so it can mirror block arrays to unlock the door to the big key chest.
So the reason Mr. Byard would need a sword and a fire source here is because you can do a quadrant glitch that skips bow. But
Yeah.
you need to, first of all, be able to see what you're doing. And you need to spin on the Igor, which you can't do without a sword. So Mr. Byard might do what Tam did. Maybe walk all the way out of here and then just come back later with the bow that he knows exists. He knows where that bow is, he just needs to find the swords. So Tam going back to Pod, probably to defeat Helmasaur, the only boss that just got unlocked.
Yeah.
So probably what'll happen here with Tam is that they kill Helmasaur and then mirror outside to get Eastern from front. Good route.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The route that makes sense for Tam and doesn't make sense for Byard because Byard still can't actually kill either boss.
Yeah.
Byard needs to go back to the escape, which is a little harder for him because he has already done Uncle.
Yeah, I think this is a key moment in this race.
Because the stuff Byard is getting, like, Tam's gonna get this too. This isn't like an
Yeah.
extra check for Byard. It's just Tam will get it more efficiently for having that bow.
Oh yeah, I want to see what Byer did again to kill Stolfo spawn.
Pot and Boomerang, maybe?
Yeah.
4 Boomerangs will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just do the 2 pot throws.
All right. Mask is off for Tam. We just need 8, or maybe it's 7.
7.
7 shots with arrows, and Helmasaur is down.
First boss of the game at 44 minutes.
Oh, I missed that chest. Apparently with hookshot. There you go.
Oh! Was that in the hookshot chest of Eastern?
Probably
Or the first
Espeon's
chest? Espeon's chest. Oh, that's a deep cut. That's I think, Overworld Glitches Mentor Tournament reference. Or at least that era. Okay, Turtle Rock is a crystal for Tam.
More info.
Just showing how far away from go mode we are.
Yeah.
So Tam will find the hook shot here. We'll start thinking about hook pushing, which is actually possible. Tam has
Oh my gosh.
the ice rod and the mushroom.
This is dangerous,
And
yeah.
MrByer looks like... Did we set up a mirror portal? No, yes? Okay,
Yes.
good. We set up a mirror portal. This is good. So MrByer will also go here.
This is good. It's a little heartbreaking, but
Yeah.
it's okay. Eastern's unlocked now, right?
Yes. Just a little inefficient.
Yeah.
Let's see what this potion is. Is red. Oh, Tam got ripped off. Tam did not believe in the Pyramid Fairy.
Mm-hmm. Ice room pushing.
Ice mushroom. Actually, MrByer loves when low percent hook pushing is beneficial because it's something that he works on. He practices a lot.
Yeah, and they are. I mean, MrByer's prepared for that because he has a lot of bombs.
Did he set an index on the way here? I don't think he did, but he could have, right?
There was definitely an opportunity to set index.
Because he could do like an OA stuck push. Now, like that's a thing he can do, which is a pretty powerful glitch. It's a hook push that makes you go, you know, very far up, basically.
Or down.
As long as you want. Down and in the right situations. Actually, from this room, he could go to Vitreous in the stealth guard room next. I mean, he can go to Vitreous and do a bow fight, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't think he's going to do that, but he could.
It's time. Let's do it. Oh. Tam approaching Armos. We'll find out what this dungeon is gonna give us.
And it seems being reasonably generous with glitch items, just not being generous with weaponry.
Yeah.
So Armos is a crystal.
Okay.
Does Tam have knowledge yet? Still
It's
missing a few, right?
Yeah, the most interesting thing is that they are light world prizes. We don't know.
And
not to mention
town. They're all dungeons that should be easy, and they're not actually possible to do.
Yeah, Buyer knows Thieves is red crystal.
I think Tam could. I think both of them could hook push to like desert, and that's it.
All right, so this is a ledge pog for Tam.
Tam is
mirror.
Waiting for the fake powder to come out, because you can fake powder by item dashing off a ledge and then swapping to the mushroom or powder. Powder in slot 2 will set a high search index, which is a variable that's important for hook pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tam is probably going to hook push to MrByer, which is a pretty desperate play here because they can't go outside and open the dungeon because they don't have a sword. They can't use the medallions, even if they have the right one. I guess what they're actually doing is they're going to YBA here and then use the hook push somewhere else, or just have the index set just in case.
Good YBA. Tam will continue.
They also have to do Meyer too. With a broken camera and no sword, which is great.
Yeah. And Bo can defeat the Wizrobes.
This is one of the most annoying rooms.
It really
to do out of script. So Buyer is playing catch up here. Now, not even doing it the way Tam did, and getting Helmosaur on the way.
Yeah.
Which is a little unfortunate. I think the efficiency bonus is pretty low, though, considering that like mirroring twice outside of pod is not really that much faster than just looting to 5 and clipping.
It's true.
Do you think Tam will... Oh. Okay, we have the lamp now.
We can do left side Meyer.
We can do all of mine. We can kill Vitreous now. With-
we can get through basement.
With Murder Bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, it's our star index setting item. Lamp.
Yes. It means that Tam can now turn into Mushroom without hard resetting. The Mushroom has outlived its purpose.
Yeah.
But, you know what? It was nice while it lasted. I don't think either of them actually did any hook pushes with it. MrByer might, because Meyer is not really not something that's screaming out to buy right now, I think. It's kind of a wacky thing to do, but also we have to do wacky things because we've run out of good things.
I'm surprised Tam is skipping cutscene chess, but maybe they'll go back for it. Or maybe not.
Nope. That is a little surprising. Because it means Tam is doing this chest and then leaving? Perhaps just to check the outside of Meyer. And you know what? Maybe that index that they set was intended for desert and not for Meyer. And now they don't need it.
Maybe it was intended for an overworld conveyor. No, it wasn't.
Nah.
So now MrByer is making a play for Helma. And this is an opportunity to try again to go to GT. Not to mention Hook Shot Cave.
That's true. I don't... Yeah, actually that's pretty good to do with the hook shot. And that could give MrByer a way back in to get the 3 checks that Tam couldn't get. And to also get the Medallion of Meyer, which is pretty important for him to get.
Yeah.
Meyer Medallion is skippable, but skipping it costs a lot of time.
Yeah.
Byer also needs to survive this fight. It's not a given.
Tam is able to take advantage of having Mirror and can now do Dark World Overworld with a
Tam
Super
doing
Bunny.
The stuff Byer did earlier. Byer dying.
Oh, I can't believe that was a death. That's really annoying.
Early Helmasaur can be kind of rough because you take so much damage
Yeah.
just going there. Yeah, you have to bomb yourself several times, and you have to take a spike hit to get out of the spikes.
Yeah, JD mentions hook iframes. That's a way of saving your life. That's something I always forget.
Like iframes is awkward when you're using a weapon. Like another Y item, though. You have to swap off of it. You have to think... You have to basically do a turn-based battle at that point. Ooh, that was close for Tam. They almost got sniped.
Yeah.
Oh, don't dash in the grass, Tam! What are you doing?
It doesn't
we have
matter.
a sword! It's fine, we don't have a sword. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think about that.
Everything's fine.
Except
for all the enemies.
One hit KO?
And
Why?
all the objects. Buyers had to retry these jukes.
Does he still have a red potion?
That's a good question. I would use one if I were MrByer.
So he's just going to no-hit this fight, I guess. Oh!
Yeah,
Wow.
This looks good. Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Red potion.
Yes, that's perfect.
And he needed it.
Yeah. Helma pinned him down.
So Tam
In fact,
getting the knowledge.
I'm surprised it hit him because MrByer was like completely at the bottom of the room.
So Tam
Right.
returning to desert As the lamp doesn't need the hook push, but I think that the index they set in Eastern was intended for this hook push.
Yeah, I can see that.
So they're tied in dungeons. Tam hasn't found very much that benefits them except the lamp. The lamp is pretty big.
Yeah, it is. Wow, a double
what?
shot.
How did that happen?
It happens every time the mimic turns toward you. So MrByer must have done a brief turn away.
Oh, that's cool. Never seen that before. It's like the mimic was trying to avoid missing torch glitch and
Yeah.
double tap to the fire rod.
Yeah.
So second go for Byer. This could be huge.
He gets it.
Gets it. First try. This time he uses the
Oh
hook
my
shot.
gosh.
He doesn't know this, but oh, where's Clear Mouse?
We get a bow Landmo fight.
We have Ice Rod, by the way. Tam is just gonna casually two-cycle this?
That was amazing.
Okay.
You know why Tam's doing this. It's a huge intimidation tactic because Tam is fighting me in NMG League this week.
Right. This is also like... Yeah, no, that's a really good point. It's
And we find out Desert is a pendant.
I was going to say that's fewer cycles than I would have gotten on Ice Rod. So sorry for downing you, Tam.
Sure, they're down to 12 arrows, but that's not bad.
It's interesting that Tam picks up the pendant. Normally you would want to leave that there, but you use that to warp out of dungeons that you kill the boss of. Oh, the cane. But the dungeons for Tam are Thieves' Town and Swamp's a pendant also, so they don't care about that one. And Thieves' Town is like, they've already set up blind, so they're not going to be doing Thieves' Town that way. And the other one would be Byer. Perhaps.
So now that Byer has Kane, he can do a substantial part of Ganon's tower, along with preparing bottles, potentially.
You can also do a substantial part of Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, Turtle Rock's
It's going to be
also a
hard to
play.
choose which one to do. They're both good.
Yeah.
I actually would be pretty choice paralyzed here.
I would. It's not a hard choice for me because I never go to Turtle Rock. But for MrByer, it could be TR. Yeah, there you go.
MrByer could get 4 swords in one chest here.
Yeah, that's true.
Both Turtle Rock and GT are good places to find dupable swords.
Oh, Tam made a play for Swamp. I didn't even see this happening.
Well, they found the mitts, which
Yeah.
is actually pretty nice. And you have the flute. Having the mitts has a really good movement benefit.
How did Tam even get here? Is it
Good
just a
question.
Hera play?
It's got to be Hera, right? Via the hook shot. You have the
Yeah.
small key. I think they just went to Hera. Couldn't actually kill Moldorm, so what else do you do? You want to check the chest at the top of Hera, and you don't want it to be a waste of time, so you go into Swamp and hope for the sword to turn up, or the
Yeah.
fire rod. But I don't know if I said this, but this cane that MrByer found is exactly what he needed to stay in this race, because Tam will probably not go back there, and this cane could lead MrByer to all sorts of locations that Tam might miss out on, especially in GT. And look, we have a sword.
That's
This is
really
a-
interesting.
It's a very dupable sword. So Byer's going to check his bottles. What do we have?
We can just use Kane. But
Can't use cane. Actually, it's going to happen. Byer is going to...
it'll just happen naturally.
Yeah, he's going to use the cane to get to the gorilla room.
We might not be able to
Okay.
get that key.
I was worried. I mean, I was only a little worried because I think he has plenty of keys, but I think he did want that key. I don't think it was crucial that he got it, but he did want it.
Yeah. So it's starting to look like this race there's no clear person in the lead, but it will really matter where Fire Rod is or R.
Yes, there are 2 of them. Just as
Okay.
there are two swords in this chest.
That is such a weird thing to see for Tam. Seeing a back of Swamp Play and then mirroring out to Hera. It's just so strange.
It is very strange. Like, what's...
I think Tam... I would have been tempted to fight Argus if I were Tam.
With
But
these items?
You'd be bombing the Argai.
No, dude.
It would be perfect.
If you're gonna do Argus, you're gonna do it with 2 bottles and the flippers from Desert. Because then you can at least unlock the camera and despawn the Argai.
And it doesn't really matter because it's a pendant boss.
Yes. I would very much not be tempted to fight Argus, even on good weaponry. Maybe if I had, like, the perfect, like, tempered sword and hookshot, I would do it. But it's not even green pendant. You're in Hera. You're not getting anything out of that. You're just getting an item. So Fire is doubling back to get his hard-earned second sword.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see if he continues to get a 3rd sword from here, which would require some more key spending.
It also requires to do chomp 2 times.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Alright, we got him.
2 for 2 chomps.
Nicely done.
So he has to spend this key again. This is like a real key spend, except he gets it refunded here.
Why are we doing this?
Because he wants to get another sword.
Oh, jeez.
He's gonna get to tempered here.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't do this?
No way. This takes forever. This isn't gonna be even worth it.
I think I would probably skip this too, knowing that silvers are on Ether Tablet. If I didn't know that silvers were on Ether Tablet, then I would be getting this 3rd sword as well.
Yeah. But by the time you find Fire out in the seed, you're gonna have gold anyway.
This is true. We call that Baliamaing yourself. You dupe a sword, and then immediately find 2 swords in your next check at Uncle. But I think with MrByer having done so much of the game already, that the risk of doing that to yourself is pretty low. It's not like there are super free locations left. Everything he has left is going to require some effort.
Yeah. Skull Woods is not looking very helpful so far. Tam got a bug net out of it.
Tam could catch the moth, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so will we see a back of Skull Play for Tam?
Using this index that they set?
Yeah.
They still have it, huh?
I don't know about that.
I think they're gonna check Ped.
Oh.
Because they have Desert Pendant. They can't even kill Cold Stare. And if they wanted to get the pendant there, they'd have to kill Argus first. But there's nothing here. But that's the kind of desperation we're playing with. We're checking Ped. In a seed where your pendants are swamp and ice. Yikes.
Ooh, Buyer uses a potion to survive.
Oh, yeah.
And he is approaching Laser Bridge, so there could be some good stuff here.
I think Laser Bridge is a good play here because what it does is it allows Buyer to unlock the bomb wall, making it easy to re-enter as a bunny. So Buyer doesn't have to mess around with Mushroom Index, Overworld Conveyor, or Hook Push. And can instead just clip in as
Another
a bunny
bottle.
using the mirror. So you use like a mirror-assisted teleport, and then you go here. And normally that wouldn't work because you'd have to bomb the wall, but since the wall's already bombed, it's fine.
Yeah, that's quite helpful, really.
So I think what would be really good for Buyer to do right now is set up an index and then go to Meyer. Wait, it doesn't even need an index. Just go to Meyer. Maybe with a fake flute, or from Eastern, or from Desert, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think Desert Vidi would be a good play, because Buyer could do Desert Vidi and then warp out with the Desert Pendant, get the knowledge from that, walk back in, and get the lamp, which is the thing that would really set Byer up for success in this seed. Tam is just doing pendant dungeons, just really just not looking.
They want those 3 bombs.
Yeah, but you know what? The fire rod could be here, and this could turn the race.
Yo.
Tam can now kill Cold Stare. Oh no, they can't.
No,
they can't use that medallion. Well, there's still 3 legitimate swords out there.
I
mean, the sword that Byer has is just 1 sword. It's not actually the 3 it looks like.
Yep, there we go. Gold sword is on Moldorm for Byer.
But you know what? You needed 1 sword to get that, so...
Yeah.
But yes, I think you're right that it's not a worthwhile sword to get. But at the same time, it's just comfy to have tempered, and I understand, having gone this long without a sword, that whether or not it's good for the race, sometimes you just want it.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong anyway, but yeah, it's a close call. All right, there's the silvers for Byer. Having the sword allows him, of course, to get the tablet, but he knows the silvers.
You know, actually, if you really wanted the tempered sword for Ganon, if you're still on Master by then, you'd probably end up doing it at the very end of the seed when you've killed Trinex.
Oh, yeah, I
You're
could see
doing
that.
your quadrant glitch. If you have the keys for it, you could go back in and refill that chest. Yes, MrByer is pretty comfortably Fire Rod Go mode. I think the mushroom index hook pushing should be sufficient for what he needs to do. I'm trying to think if he even needs hook pushing for anything. I think really all of his crystal dungeons are just NNG-able with a Fire Rod. Or, you know, whatever it takes to get there, and then once you're in there, you can just do it normally. So, like, Byer will have to do something to enter Mire, probably involving a bottle, but once he's in there, he can just do it.
Okay, Malmo. Is Tam going to get the Freezor chest?
Freezor chest. Oh, isn't that a quadrant glitch?
I don't know if Quadrant Glitch will do the trick, but Jingle Glitch will.
I think Jingle Glitch is the only thing Tam can do because the quadrant glitch requires a sword.
Yeah, that's true. There are YBA possibilities as well, but we'll see. Oh, here we go. Tam's doing a YBA.
Go. Is this just a super tile YBA that despawns sprites?
Most likely. They missed it. So what else? One more?
Damage themselves.
Yeah, this could be exactly what it is. So I'm curious what the correction is.
I'm assuming you just do it as if you're doing the... Oh. Tam didn't do the right correction. So I think you probably want to treat this the same way you would treat the wrong warp from Pod to Hera, where you had to back out a little bit and then transition down. Or else you end up in glitch jail. That's how you make sure that you land on the right quadrant when you transition through the door. I appreciate the effort, though.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I didn't realize how simple that would have been. If you, know how to do it. It's just a YBA.
Oh.
Byer has a pretty... Well, I was going to say comfortable. It's, as far as scriptless blind goes, this is actually kind of dangerous. I don't think they have...
Oh.
I don't think he has... Oh, he just has every potion. Never mind.
Going for the blue is funny.
Why do we have a blue potion anyway?
I'm kind of confused why we use that one. Because the blue could still be helpful if they want to use blue.
I think the blue is a really good way to get to Mire. But so is Desert. They're both good ways.
Yeah.
But I would say that Byer has a pretty significant advantage. Tam is probably just now returning to Hookshot Cave to get the cane, and we'll have to play catch up. Byer is now ahead in crystals. And as long as Byer doesn't rabbit hole into these pendant dungeons that Tam went into, then he's probably closer to the fire rod than Tam is.
Yeah, that's what it appears to be, but I still think we don't know.
Do you think Buyer is working on Ether Tablet or Bombus Tablet and
Oh
then
yeah,
some desert stuff? I don't know how much of the desert stuff is going to involve Meyer,
I
or
love
if
that
it's
hop.
just, yeah, the Bombus hop. It's so fun.
I love getting Dark World colored explosions to
I never noticed
deal with the
that.
tablets. Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know that.
green instead of blue.
Oh,
With
blue.
the outline of the smoke
Oh,
from the explosion.
I never noticed that. So, hour and 10 minutes in, Tam will finally get the Cane of Samaria, but not a sword.
Yeah,
And
Tam gets the juke.
it's pretty likely that they'll go to TR with this one because they've already been to GT. And doing anything in GT will probably just involve going in from the front door anyway. There isn't really much special benefit to doing it from Hookshot Cave anymore. The buyer is doing Desert Video, which I think is a really good way to do this. I like this play because it gives him the knowledge and it gives him the warp out. It gives him a way to get to Meyer Medallion as Link.
MrByer YBA is very fast. Kind of crazy.
Oh,
Oh, the hook shot.
interesting. I guess that's faster than doing it when you're in Meyer.
Here's the cane for Tam.
So exiting, that's a good sign. That means Tam's probably making their way to Turtle Rock. Funny enough, that cane didn't actually lead to the sword. It leads to the sword psychologically, but it
Yes.
doesn't lead to the sword physically unless you want to get it twice. Then it does.
Are we gonna dupe this 20 rupee? Nope.
No.
Neither player.
Not even once.
We just get a separate 20.
So Byron has a pretty safe Vitreous as long as he actually like lands his shots and doesn't just walk into an eyeball twice.
Yeah.
I have had a very embarrassing red mill silver Svitty before, and I do not wish that on other runners.
It happens.
Here we go for Tam.
Ooh, powder.
Powder, the obsolete. The buyer is actually probably really happy to see that powder because it's a slightly better indexing item than the mushroom. But it's about to get obsoleted very quickly.
Vern has such a good weapon on pokies.
I didn't notice that Tam even got burned. It must have been in Skull or Ice.
Yeah,
I also didn't notice that Tam has 22 bombs and 40 arrows. What happens to Tam?
Tam is on the wrong layer.
Tam got EG from Pod.
Huh.
That's a long way to carry Pod EG.
Yeah, it is.
So sometimes you just harm EG from doing Pod.
Yeah.
It just happens.
It's from jumping down.
What this means is that Tam never got hit by an enemy and never bonked.
Yeah.
It's kind of remarkable that they were able to avoid either of those things.
Yeah.
Tam has a bit of a key problem. Like, they have one less key than Buyer had, I think.
Yeah. But what did they want to use it for?
For Trinix.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
Tam will have to
Samaria.
delete the door.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's not that hard.
The skull gets in Tam's way. I'm not sure I would know how to avoid that. People don't really talk about this too much. Oh yeah, a bomb can one-hit knock them out. That's another good tip.
That skull is such a menace when you're trying to do this glitch.
But the skulls move like boo buddies.
They do.
They move when you don't look at them.
But it's hard to look at them.
Yeah.
When you're on the platform and not like get off track on the platform.
Yeah, not to mention when you're diagonal to them, it's hard to know exactly which way is facing them.
I think we'll see Tam probably just dupe this once. But
yeah.
Tam has done more than Byer has at this point and has more reason to get 3 swords.
Yeah.
Byer is going to get the cutscene chest.
Yeah, we didn't see this.
This could be important. Okay. Jumps. 3 for Tam. Okay, we're mirroring out, which means we're not getting the key twice.
Right. Okay. So now Tam will go to Laser Bridge.
You would think Pearl would have shown up by now.
Yeah. But no, this is an interesting scene for sure.
I think you'd have to fall to Moldorm a lot of times for Tempered to save time when you have to do chomps an extra time.
Alright, that did not pan out for MrByer.
And MrByer will probably proceed to Tower of Hera from here to get the crystal.
Will he, or will he go to Swamp Palace?
Ooh. He could. That would be an interesting play. Because it would get in checks.
Yes.
Which
Indeed.
at this point you need. Byer hasn't done very much of GT. Actually hasn't done any of GT, so he could just go there, but he hates GT, so he probably won't.
Yeah.
Although I think he would have gotten those fairies if he intended to go to Swamp.
I think we're out of
He's
here.
just getting the crystal.
MrByer catches the crystal high because he's done testing to show that it is faster.
MrByer is one of our few rando Tazers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think what he might do here is go to the real Dark World and walk to Skull.
Mm-hmm.
Because Skullwoods is pretty available. I'm not going to say it's free. He has to hook push. But it's definitely a dungeon he can full clear, and probably a crystal. Actually, I think he has knowledge. He has knowledge because he did Desert Pendant from Fiddy. That was a really fast clip.
Nice.
Like 3 or 4 buffers.
All right, Tam needs to beat Moldorm, so Tam will pick up Tempered here.
And feel satisfied probably at their weaponry, but still need a Fire Rod. This would be go mode for both players if they didn't need Fire Rod.
Yeah.
Byer's go mode would have been the lamp, because, fire source for Ganon and all that.
Yeah. Fire clips the spike while trying to death warp, as you do. So here's the silver arrows for Tam.
Tam looks like they're setting up for a hook push. That was a low index.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It is
low
fine.
Index is good for Silver's pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe what they're doing is a fake flute to return to Meyer. That was a fast fake flute.
Wow. Right, and I already forgot that they use the lamp, so they can use a blue potion.
Oh, that's what the lamp was for. They just spend it 3 times for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't need an index for this. They don't need an index for anything. I mean, they really are just Fire Rod Go mode. There's nothing fancy they have to do any of the dungeons, including the pendant dungeons. They're all available except for the lack of Fire Rod.
Okay. MrByer, what are we doing next?
Hook pushing.
Yeah, so this is block assisted stuck push.
Okay. I was worried that the thing would despawn. One of the debts would go off screen before Buyer could.
Yeah, I was afraid of that too. I was also now just afraid that Buyer would use the small key.
Oh, yes.
It's pretty close, but that's okay.
It's really easy to accidentally open that door, and you need the small key. If you don't have it, you have to just do another hook push. Okay, we're fine.
What is this?
No heal.
Oh my gosh.
What's Buyer's plan then? Just
I
die
don't
and do
know.
the hook push again. I think it's better than trying to get to Mothula and doing a 1-heart fight.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Like, it's not like the hook push is that hard.
Yeah, and
The hook push is easier than the Mothula fight that Buyer was going to have to do.
yeah, and returning across the bridge is annoying anyway. So let's just stop.
Why did we spiking?
I don't know.
Just use the bow. You don't have to worry about the door. It's okay. Ooh. Nice use of the hook shot in here to get everything.
Oh.
Why do we need the magic?
Because it's part of the pattern, probably.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, Buyer takes a shortcut.
Yes. This is the reason we play on beta, by the way. Normally this glitch would just delete your music. And that's no fun.
Well, it did.
We're checking our map because it helps us see our way. As you can see. I was very close, Wallmaster. Tam is doing a hook push for fun. This hook push saves time over going the normal way. But it's not really for fun, it's actually just optimal. But they don't need to. Alright, we did it. I always like this like tweed pattern that you get on the floor of Moth's Arena.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of like a houndstooth.
It's.
But I can almost feel the texture of it.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
That scratchy sofa at your grandma's house. Including the moths that are in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fun to see hook pushing in this stage of the race.
So, where does Buyer go next? Check Ped? I mean, you kind of have to, right? You're in Fire Rod Go mode, and you've been so many places.
Yeah.
Hannah is very nearly
I'm concerned.
caught up.
Yeah, I could potentially see an ice palace play from Buyer.
I think Buyer will be disincentivized from going to ice due to the lack of a fire weapon.
And
not knowing Bombos is in there. He's not going to find Bombos and then go to ice.
Yeah.
So
and
he would have.
It's time for G Tower anyway.
We're doing G Tower. This is more stuff than Tam was able to do in here. Buyer could hook push past the hammer peg and then do the rest normally. Essentially. He can also hook push right.
What will Tam do?
I think this is also GT. This is kind of like it's close, except Tam really needs to go somewhere Buyer hasn't gone because Buyer has a dungeon on Tam. Actually, a couple. Oh, this is not GT. It's just Dark World. This is returning to Skull Woods to kill Mothula.
Oh, Tam hasn't done that.
Tam's playing catch up. And I think probably what'll happen is they'll go into Thieves. They'll mirror back to the Dark World and they'll go to Thieves. Oh, they can't do that.
Why not?
They have to do Thieves first. Because when they do Skull, they're gonna get trapped in the back. That you get trapped in that skull at the back of Skull Woods and you can't leave. Yeah, Random Room has a fire rod. That's unfortunate. I don't know what Tam's potion situation was in here. Like, did they actually have the red potion?
I'm not sure. I feel like it's so likely that Rando Room has a fire rod, but there's also right side.
There's also top.
Yeah.
Tam is
12 good
setting
items.
up the death warp, I guess. But yikes. That was a little scary. I almost wonder if they had the mirror out so they could mirror if they needed to.
MrByer starting with the right side is interesting.
Interesting. I think this is the harder hook push.
Is it gonna be a hook push? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are we in here? Is this
Hook
where we
push.
do it?
Yeah, this is where you do it. You can do a bombs bow normal push if you wanted to. Byer is doing actually just a normal like Samaria beams push.
Okay, cool.
But because it's a super tile wall, you could also do the bombs distance push. Alright.
Invisible item.
Heart. Rupees.
All junk.
Not a fire rod.
Oh,
Thanks for the
mirroring
menu.
here is interesting. But of
Yeah.
course, he'll just do another hook push to do left side.
Yeah, this hook push is pretty easy. If you know the caveats. I don't think we meant to do this. We were trying to set index.
It's an onion gathering.
Yes, onion party. Okay, this is using silver arrows double miss slot push.
Yeah.
Silver arrows is a good way to get a double miss slot. Oh, this is a cool way to do it.
That was
like
really
that.
cool. I didn't expect that. Oh, Byron, you gotta be flush. Oh well.
It's okay, you can just do it again.
Yep.
So Tam was doing things in the right order here. Thieves Town first, and then Skull, because Skull will glitch jail you at the end. Yeah, this is super cool. I love this. Yeah, you have to be flush or you'll hook the pot. And you're not actually in that room, so the door you warp to is the one you came in.
Yeah.
So we saw these from
Anything.
Tam. We know they're not the fire rod. But there's more chests in here that Tam has not gotten. But once Tam is done with this, it will be, Terra Nova for Tam. We won't actually know who's ahead at that point until someone has a fire rod.
Yeah. Yeah, I've made this mistake as well. But yeah, Byer's so fast with that push. It didn't matter very much. Alright, Tam will be returning through the bridge. Gets a boost from the bumper. Another heart. Oh, no key. Oh,
Okay,
that's annoying.
okay, we're gonna hook push. It's fine.
I think it is fine too.
We just need to do a Samaria push. We could do a bombs distance or
Yeah.
beams distance. It's a little bit annoying with these fire snakes, but you can just...
Yeah, Byre looks really annoyed.
That is... What is happening on Tam's screen here?
Yeah, it's
The bit rate is struggling, I think.
yeah, it's like
Wow,
an
what
insane
the
amount.
heck? That is extreme bit rate struggle.
Yeah, that looks pretty crazy.
It's like bear cam levels of bit rate struggle. Shots fired at explore.org. It's the running water. It makes it really hard to stream.
Alright, Byre gets a stuck push. And now
Fire has to
can't...
bomb jump.
Yeah.
Because he can't hook shot here.
Oof,
Without-
we have 2 bombs. No, we can't push the block!
Oh, that's right. So,
No.
there is another option, and that is back to right side,
Yeah, exactly.
and then Samaria corrupt. Ooh, I love
yeah.
Pam's playing
Sure.
with VRAM.
Yeah, pretty funny.
I love seeing my paintings on the screen. It's great.
Yes.
I recognize some of these tiles.
Yeah, you have familiarity with these pixels that I do not.
Fire's short on bombs,
Yeah.
showing why we buy 20 at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And Tam is going to GT and is... Oh gosh, this is close.
Yep.
But Tam has better resources. Fire is in trouble.
Uh-oh.
We're resetting. Did we actually just find nothing here?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so Fire's going to get the key back and race Tam back to GT and use it.
Yeah, that's so
Tam,
frustrating.
Yeah, that's rough. You don't usually think of the key as being necessary. And Fire is kind of preventable too, because Fire could have done a couple things, like skipped the map chest, for example, or gotten the refund key after right side.
Right.
Yeah, cape loss, we don't care about the cape. It's not necessary. But Tam is the first one here, but Tam is not done right side yet. So if they do right side first, then it could be time back for Buyer. I really want to see.
Screen.
I really want to see the fire rod here. So it's now it's a race.
That clears the VRAM corruption.
Yeah, if fire rod isn't here, then Tam will probably go somewhere. You know, Buyer might go to swamp. Tam might go somewhere we haven't seen yet. And there's stuff in swamp we haven't seen. So like, it doesn't mean that Buyer will lose. It just means that it's back to a rod hunt where both runners are probably in different places. I'm concerned about Tam's hook shot length.
That seems fine.
Oh yeah, okay. So Tam will just... Oh, Tam should transition north. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah, me too. I need to kill the Stalfos. Hook pushing has a tendency to like lock your camera. Buyer might run into the same problem, because this is also a return trip for him.
Oh, Buyer put a stuck hook with that. I did not expect that.
Oh, this is blind. No? Yeah. Buyer had 3 keys going in here, but I think must have spent one on the middle door. Because how did he spend all 3 keys?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So Tam is about to surpass Mr. Buyer to Randa Room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're fixing the camera here. Still have to kill things. Ether is always a really good option for Stalfos. It's not even slow.
Right, Mama, what are the chances we'll see 2 Gauntlet and Upper GT climbs?
Ooh, it's a sword. It's not here.
Can't believe it.
Oh, Tam is... Oh, so what it is Tam has to go to right side. Fire has to do Armos. So they have about the same amount of GT left. Why is Tam continuing?
Because I don't know.
They don't know either. They're remembering that they've already done this. But why are we going this way?
Because...
I'm so confused.
I don't know. I think this might be...
I'm confused.
I think Tam wants to do right side, and wants to do the STC, the double STC. But they can't do that.
Push.
They have to do tile room first, because this one would be deleted.
That makes sense. I didn't know that, but also makes sense. But also they have to do another hook push to get back there. If they're going to do a hook push, just do it here.
Yeah, at this point, we'll probably just go down.
I'm giving, I think, enough time back to Mr. Buyer that now Mr. Buyer will be the first one to do new checks. Yeah, he might climb GT.
Checks?
Climb GT?
Yeah.
Does he have, he can hook push to the top. It's not that
forbidden
slow
play
to climb GT. I think it's actually a pretty good play.
Yeah, but where do you hook push from?
Same place you YBA. So you can hook push from Gauntlet 2 to get to like the post Moldorm chest, and then you can like upward teleport to get out of there.
That's the world's worst hook push, though. I've tried it, and it feels like it wastes a ton of time.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a hard hook push. It's just you have to do part of Gauntlet.
You
I
have
think
to.
Byer's doing it because I don't know he's getting the big chest.
Yeah. You have to compete with a conveyoring Beamos, but
Are we doing
otherwise
something?
it's fine.
What is this?
This is Ice Palace.
Oh,
That's my guess.
why aren't we getting the key? The big chest.
Oh, did he
He
not
didn't
do
get the
that
big
already?
chest.
Huh.
But I know he didn't do it before either. Okay, it's not over yet. Because there's chests in here that Tam didn't get, like Cold Stare and Freeze Ores. But
Yeah.
it's unlikely
That's
to be
true.
Fire Rod. And Tam is closer, I think, to the Fire Rod now.
Yeah, but this is a better play from Byer's perspective, I think.
Okay, so apparently the GT Big Key is a Tam exclusive item. I didn't realize this. GT Big Key was Tam's first Big Key, and it was in Cackwell, so I don't see how MrByer wouldn't have that. I think probably just wasn't tracked because our tracker actually lost internet connection during that time.
Yeah, probably.
I think he had it. I just don't understand why he didn't open it. Maybe he didn't track it himself, since he does manually track.
I mean, getting Bombos at 136 to be able to
Yeah,
do 2 more checks.
I can finally do this pendant dungeon that I'm in.
Oh, here we go. Tam's in Aga Tower.
Ah, here we go. This is the...
Okay, that's Fire Rod
That's
for
the
Byer.
Fire Rod. Wait, Tam didn't do that? Tam didn't
No,
have
Tam
the cane
couldn't
when they
do
were
that.
there. Tam did the most
Yeah.
minimalist ice palace in the world.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize how much more there was in ice than Tam was able to get. I thought it was
Yeah, I
just
didn't
those two
remember.
and like the one that's locked by hammer. But I guess not.
Yeah.
Tam can also get the Fire Rod.
Tam!
We have a race.
That's
But
so incredible.
Byer's just a little bit closer.
This is why we do double rods.
Yes. Case in point. And this is also why we do the setup for the back of here. I think maybe hook push might have been better, but this is also fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
Right.
can mirror assisted teleport, so you don't have to do any like one frame clipping. And you have to have already bombed open the wall for this to work, because otherwise you will just get there and be sad. Tam is taking a different method. It's slower, I think. I think overall
Yeah.
conveyor is quite a bit slower than what MrByer is doing, and Tam's
Yeah.
second
Byer's
best
first
mislotting
MVP rod.
option. The best mislotting option is to go to the back of the old man cave. But nobody
Yeah.
thinks of that. Just like
Yeah.
push north in there. No, we have a ferry. Where did that come from? I think that might have been an invisible chest for someone, because I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah. All right.
Ham is facing up, right? Oh, they don't need to be.
Okay, so it's an
But
easy entry.
look at this.
For Tam.
MrByer is ahead by a death warp.
Yeah.
I
it's
was
pretty
thwarted by
incredible.
a fairy. Like, Tam's lead halved because of that fairy. Or rather, Byer's lead halved because of that fairy. It's almost not a lead anymore.
Yeah, it's like pretty much execution from here. This is like way different than normal end game commentating.
There's still glitches left in the game. Don't worry. This is not just who can zero cycle Trinex. It looks like MrByer will zero cycle Trinex.
Nice.
Well, Tam
Oh.
zero cycle Trinex. Oh, it
they
wasn't a
both
zero
have gold.
cycle? Oh, Tam misses. Fire's too early.
Huh.
Don't die. Okay, good. That was a one-hit KO situation for MrByer.
No, oh, yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, 4 hearts.
Yeah, I
As
understand.
long as it was the head. Fire can still touch the body, I think. This comes down to who wants it more. This comes down to who goes for the optimal quadrant glitch and who goes for the normal one, and whether the person going for the optimal one gets it first try. I think Tam is... Oh, Fire's gonna go for it.
Uh-oh, he missed it. So,
No,
oh, Tam, Fire
this could
will
matter.
redo it. Yeah, that's interesting.
Come on. I can't
Fire
believe it's
goes.
going to come down to this.
Tam
I
goes
don't
for
think
the older one.
I don't think that was right. Wait, maybe it was.
I couldn't tell. Okay, it was
Is that
right.
correct? I don't know how
Yeah.
to do this, so I'm relying
Tam
on
goes.
you.
Yeah, Fire goes up here.
I think he has to do a little bit more movement here.
Mm-hmm.
But he is the first one into the
Ooh.
Aga fight.
Oh, I like that movement. That was really interesting. That was smooth.
I can't believe this race. This is so close.
A double for the first cycle.
Now we have Aga execution. And I think MrByer missed some shots that Tam didn't miss in that first cycle. But
Okay,
Byer
four
is the
cycle
first
for
one.
Byer.
Let's see. I think Tam
Well,
will
Clipe
get
out.
on.
Very nice.
Oh, nice one, but Tam doesn't get it. It's a fourth cycle for them too.
Very good.
I think Tam got like robbed of a shot at some point.
Oh, another Clipe. No, Tam
No,
doesn't get it
too
because
slow.
not enough time. Okay.
Yep.
So Byer saves time with a Clipe.
Yes.
So it's looking good for both of our runners, gold sword, silver arrows. But they just need to, do phase 4 without too much trouble.
Fire needs to not die here, which
Yeah.
shouldn't be a problem, but it's really not a guarantee. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Oh yeah, already down to 4 hearts.
that was a one-hit KO situation again
Yeah.
for a gold sword fight. I understand the race nerves. It's an hour 41 minutes, and your opponent is Tam, and they haven't finished yet. What
Yep.
do? You panic on Ganon. That's what you
Yep.
do.
No, you're cool as a cucumber, and you just put in the 4 silver arrows.
Where are we spinning? Oh, because
Oh
you can
my
get
goodness!
You can get the. Is this gonna be a triple? No.
Not quite.
It's okay. We'll just go for the safe shots. And Mr.
Ganon's
Byer
down.
kills Ganon. He doesn't kill Mr. Byer. That
GG to
dash
Mr.
up
Byer.
makes
What
me
a close
so
race.
nervous. Okay, this might be a triple for Tam. Or it doesn't need to be. Tam's gonna get
Ganon is
fanfare
down.
sniped here. This might be our second closest race in the tournament.
Wow. GG to both runners. I'm kind of speechless. What a race.
Yeah, everybody is thinking about the minor mistakes and the little bad lucks that they got, like Tam getting EG in TR, which is, like, not literally their fault. Like, we don't expect anyone to keep track of their pod EG. You just expect that to go away. And then when you have a race that's this close, it's the first thing you think of. But there was a lot that went into this race. For example, MrByer duping a sword that wasn't needed.
Yeah, and he also had to redo GT.
Yes, running out of... Yeah, that was a minor disaster. I mean, there was a lot that... You can't blame one thing. It's...
I wrote down some notes. One thing I wrote down was Tam went to Pyramid Fairy for bow, but that was so long ago. I feel like it hardly had any effect on the race.
It gave Tam an early lead in Crystal Dungeons because they were able to do Eastern and Pod more efficiently. But we are joined by at least somebody here. I heard a bing. And that is Tam and MrByer joining us. GG.
GG's.
Really good race. You wouldn't believe how much of a twist that was at the end. I almost don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Alright.
What kind of interview would this be, though?
So I want to ask who thinks that they were the first to fire rod,
Hmm.
and by how much?
Probably not me.
What if I told
know.
you that you were the first to fire rod MrByer, and then Tam found one shortly after in a completely different location,
Okay.
almost in the same breath?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
given the seed and the finish times, it's hard to imagine we were more than a minute apart.
It must have at least went to ice though, because they have bombos.
So they went
Yeah.
to ice without the Cane of Samaria,
Ooh, that's bad.
and couldn't even use the bombos they found there. So like attempted a freezor deletion, but failed. But it didn't matter because the fire rod was behind the Cane of Samaria and not behind the bombos medallion.
yeah, the big key chest.
But the other fire rod was in the second chest of Castle Tower, which
Ah,
Tam got basically while you were still in the room collecting your fire rod.
I just
Yeah.
never had good equipment to do castle
That was
until it
really
was too
stupid
late.
by me. I had a great opportunity to go to Castle Tower, and then I was like, I'll not do Castle Tower because it'll save me time. But like the seed was not the kind of seed where you skip checks to save time.
Are you what was it, the pyramid play for you,
Yeah.
Tam?
Yeah, I
That
should have
was
just because I also went to the Persian shop. It would have been so quick to just run left and go in.
That makes sense. You did happen to be the first one to get the bow, which was one of the first weapons
Yeah, that
you were able to use.
that's not a huge surprise. I felt like things were half of what I was doing was going well, and half of it was not going well. Like my GT trip was kind of poorly timed in terms of the items I had, and I failed the hover to cane, which would have been sick.
Oh yeah, right. Halfway there.
And then I kept messing things up because I was just flustered, I guess. Also, the EG in Total Rock was not, in hindsight, not a surprise, but it was very shocking when it happened.
Yeah, I was shocked.
It looked so weird that I didn't realize it was EG at first.
Yeah. It looked weird because you're on top of the platform, right? But under the layers. And you got a 2-cycle landmo kill.
Yeah, it's almost League.
It's almost League.
A bow lambo.
Yeah, and I'm shaking in my boots because we're playing each other this week.
I haven't
So-
had any time to practice lately, so I'm gonna lose that race.
And I have the very last submission for qualifiers. So, MrByer, that was I think the biggest mistake I saw from you was having to redo Ganon's tower. And that was so suspenseful going for that hook push in Fire
Yeah.
Snake.
I wanted to make sure my cane had enough distance, but I remembered at the last second that touching it destroys the stuck hook. So
Right.
bad.
Oh, right, the distance thing. Yeah, because that's a subtile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't just use bomb distance.
Oh, is it?
It is a subtile.
Mm-hmm.
I
know
wasn't
that
sure.
because there's a subtile YBA you can do that takes you to Gauntlet that nobody ever uses.
Right. And the room next door is a long room. Rando room's a long room.
I thought it was really interesting that you went to ice from GT. That was
Yeah.
a bit of a twist because I didn't think you were going to go to ice because you didn't have fire.
Yeah, in my practice, that wrong warp is the one thing that actually makes GT a little good, in my opinion. Because my main complaint about GT is you can't chain it into anything, but you can chain
Yeah.
it into ice. Nice.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, if it's not clear already, both of you at the end game were in GT at the same time. Tam had already been there, but Byer went for this full basement clear, followed by Ice Palace. So that was quite a rush from a commentator's perspective.
Yeah, I don't go to GT that often, so I thought having 3 keys was enough. It was safe enough to open the middle door, but apparently it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Unless I just miscounted keys. Oh,
But
you
I
know
think
what?
you didn't get your refund key back from right side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mirrored out. You had to do one of the two things.
Just remember that.
But it
Forgot about
surprised me to see you walk back in and have 3 keys, because I would also expect 3 keys to be enough.
Oh, we are seeing a discrepancy in collection rate, but that's not only because half of G Tower was reset. It's also because Shroom and Zora were reset. Well, I guess
Or-
Tam didn't go to Zora.
We're anti-fluffing in this one.
Yeah, this was a really weird seed to run. Like, early is just nothing to work with.
Right.
I really like seeds that start like this. I think it's way more interesting than get weapons and glitching items and just beat dungeon and then be Ingo mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about, like, well, like, if you end up in, like, a sword hunt, like, it at least forces you to do, like, low percent routing, which is at least interesting.
Yeah, this was frustrating because of the fire rod hunt on top.
Yeah. Route hunts are just bad.
But if I'd had the fire rod or not needed it, like, I mean, the sword duped itself, the first one that I got. So it was like, I was just ready to go, especially knowing about silvers.